Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Hello Dave with Down to Earth Astronomy. Another week has passed already, and it's time to have a look at what's been going on this week. In Elite, there's been a bit of development in the Pleiades sector. There's a lot of attention in that area right now, of course, because of all the Thargoid activity in that sector. And of course also with the Federation and the Empire having kind of a Cold War going on, or they had a Cold War going on down there. Now both the Empire and the Federation have withdrawn all their ships from the area, the Pleiades sector. And there's been, I don't know if it's confirmed, but there's at least been rumors that that Aegis, this new initiative that started after the Thargoids arrived to develop all these new weapons and defense mechanism, there's been rumors that they are planning to build more outposts in the area. What that means, if there's going to be like small outposts, it's going to be surface installations. If they're going to build full-blown orbital stations, we don't know. But at least Aegis is looking to expand into this area. So maybe they're going to grow and they're going to become a superpower of their own in the future. We don't know. But at least they are expanding in that area. And of course makes sense since they are the forerunners when it comes to tech to both defend and attack against the Thargoids. I'm talking about Aegis. They've also said this week that that the new shutdown pulses are not really effective on larger ships, being capital-sized ships. So they will still work fine on your corvettes and your cutters and stuff like that. But for capital-sized ships, they are apparently not effective. They could probably just have fitted more, but for some reason they don't really work on bigger ships. And what I find interesting with this is that we then do not have any way of protecting ourselves, or at least protecting our stations. And because if it doesn't work on a capital-sized ship, it wouldn't work on a station either, I would expect. So seeing whole stations being attacked by Thargoids, I would expect that's something that's going to be coming in the future, unless we, or Aegis, finds a way to develop some kind of defense mechanism against that. But the whole Thargoid thing seems to have died down quite a bit. There's no new weapon being developed or new technology being developed as far as I know at the moment. And this is something that I've addressed in previous Hello Daves, that I think it's odd that Frontier's gone and just pushed all these new modules out so quickly. And now, when we are 2 months into the 2.4 patch, it seems like now we have all the equipment, and now we're back to the to where the patches always are, where the content that are there have been released. I would expect there be some more lore stuff coming out, but I don't think there's going to be much more in terms of new content and new modules. There are still the matter of that Type 10, which everybody is waiting for, because it seems weird. I would expect it to be here already, but maybe, and this is just me, I have nothing to build this on, this is just completely my own thoughts, that maybe the Type 10 is going to be something that the Aegis is going to develop at some point in time, which would make sense that they would. They've done that. I mean, they've done that in the past when they developed equipment. They've gone to the engineers and they have had them help them develop something. So it would make sense that Aegis would then go and say, "Hello, Lakon, would you like to help us build a new ship? We have this awesome tech we wanted to put inside the ship." And if that's the case, if this is going to be an Aegis developed ship, then it's definitely going to, I would expect it to have some kind of special defense against these the Thargoids. So it's going to be interesting to see what it's going to be. It's going to be a deep space or what do you want? Not deep space, but like a high conflict area hauler. If any of you ever played Elite, you would know, or not Elite, wow, I expect you to have played Elite. If you played EVE Online, they also have these huge transport ships, and as in Elite, they're big, they're slow, and they're very vulnerable to attack. But they also have these Tech 2, well, these advanced versions of the ships that are specialized to go into conflict areas where the ship could cloak, or it would be extremely fast, or it would have an excessive amount of hit points for tanking. So maybe that's the route they're going with the Type 10. I don't know, but it's something that could be that I think could be an explanation to what's going to happen with the Type 10 and why we haven't seen it yet. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to see this. That we're going to see this before the next update, the Q1 update of next year. So maybe they're holding it back so they can launch the Type 10 and create a lot of hype about the game just as we're approaching Christmas, so they can sell some more copies of the game for Christmas. I don't know, but well, we'll have to wait and see. But again, lots of interesting stuff going on in the Pleiades sector, and definitely an area that I'm going to keep an eye on in the future. More stuff in the Nathan class tanker, which I did a video on some time ago, and this actually goes for all these mega ships that jump around. They all have these engineering components around them, just as you could find at Dav's Hope, and it's been a very good source of engineering materials. I used them a lot myself. And the past week, doing a server maintenance, the tanker moved. It jumped to a new system, which they of course can do, and that they will do from time to time. So for about a day, nobody really knew where it was, and we're flying around looking for it. I spent about an hour trying to see if I could fold up some leads, but wasn't able to find it. But it has been found. I can't remember the location off the top of my head right now, but if you go and find the video I did on the Nathan class tanker and the materials, I have updated the location in the description of that video. So if you're looking for it, I go to the description. That'll be the new location of the ship. Other things going on this week, or has already happened this week, on Friday, last week on Friday, we had tried to have a new community event in the down-to-earth astronomy community, the community around the channel. You know, we have a Discord, which I've mentioned several times, and we have lots of people over there. We both have like small, like spontaneous events where we play golf with your friends, or play Rocket League, or sometimes VR if there are enough people online to play that. But also just do stuff in Elite if people want to do something, go out and hunt, whatever. And I've always, in the past, I've done many of the community events on live streams, because it's been very fun to have a lot of people on for live streams. And I think it was a good way to pull people in, say, hey, come on, join the stream, be part of it. And it was also a good way to promote the community. And I'm still going to do that, but some of you might have noticed that I've done less of that lately, which is mainly down to the fact that the community has grown. Because as the community has grown, there will of course be more and more people participating. And when you have a lot of people participating, it can often be it can be very chaotic on a stream, especially if you have a lot of people that don't have that good comms discipline, where sometimes people talk over each other, or it can just be a huge mess. And it's not that I'm trying to remind people now that if we have these open streams where I invite people on, then we're going to try and keep it try not to talk over each other, because otherwise it's going to be a little bit chaotic on a stream like that. But instead what we tried, which was actually due to one of the members who came and asked and said, oh, I've noticed that there's not that many events anymore. And he's right, there are not that many announced events. There's still plenty of events, but there's not that many announced planned events where we say, on that day, on that time, we're going to go and we're going to do this. Join the fun if you want. So what we did instead was there was an event planned where we just put it up on the Discord server saying it's not going to be a stream, we're just going to go out here and we're going to have some fun. And we showed up at a planet and people were flying around in their fighters, and we had a race, and we would have prizes where people could win some game codes for Steam. It was huge fun. It was a good evening, and lots of people showed up, lots of fun. And that's definitely something that's going to do more of in the future, where we're going to host events that are only for the people on Discord. They're not going to be announced on Hello Dave. I'm not going to announce them on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. They're going to be announced on Discord. So it's going to be for the people who are active over there. And if you don't use Discord, sorry, I really don't want to keep more platforms up to date at the same time. You don't even have to download Discord. You can just use it in the web app if you don't want to have it on your local machine, if that's how you feel. But at least that's how I prefer to run the community. I want to keep it simple because I don't want to waste too much time having to manage a community across several platforms, which of course is just going to take time away from making videos and actually having time to play games myself that I don't make videos of. So I'm going to do more of these events for the community around the channel, also because it's nice to have an active community, and doing these events hopefully it will bring more people together and bring more people in. And yeah, so that's something that's going to happen. Again, last time we were running around in SRVs and fighters, and it was a ton of fun. The race turned out to be, instead of being first to the finish line, it turned out to be who can survive for the longest, because it turned out that with the rule no SRV repair, people very quickly began to damage their SRVs quite significantly, and I think actually only one SRV made it to the finish line and didn't explode halfway. But it turned out in the end what we had to do was we had one guy driving in the SRV while another guy was shadowing him in a fighter, and the guy in the fighter would then be his co-pilot. He would be in charge of making sure the SRV were driving in the right direction and giving him information about how far he was from the finish line, how far was the nearest competitor behind him, all that stuff. So we actually ended up having teams of 2 moving around. It was not planned, it just happened, and it was actually quite fun. I might actually have to do some kind of rally where we do an endurance thing over a long distance, like 50 kilometers maybe, and we'll have people team up in teams of 2, one in a fighter and one in a SRV, and they will follow each other around, and the fighter's then in charge of having the person navigate and find the most optimal route for the SRV, so they don't have to drive down the crater and then up the other side of the crater, maybe go around it to make the route a little easier, something like that. I don't know. But it was pretty fun, and yeah, it's going to be loads and loads of that in the future. So, on one other thing, talking about community stuff and live streams. This week I passed 9,000 subscribers, and it feels like yesterday where I was sitting looking at the subscriber count saying, oh wow, I'm close to 7,000. Going from the 7 to the 9 has gone extremely fast. The channel has been growing very, very rapidly, and thanks a lot to both all the new guys who've joined, but also to you guys who've been here for a very long time and helped grow the community and grow the channel. But of course, passing 9,000 means the next one's going to be a big one. It's going to be 10,000 subscribers. And I'm probably going to do some kind of celebration when we reach 10,000. What I'm going to do, I'm not actually sure about. But if you have any good suggestions for what I'm going to do, please let me know. Put it in a comment below. Because I'm thinking, well, do a live stream, maybe a little bit longer live stream than usual. Might do 10 hours for 10,000. I did 5 hours for 5,000. I did 10 hours for 10,000. Or I might do 10 hours for 10,000 subscribers, but it's a dangerous road because, well, you can do 20,000. That's okay. 25. That's doable, but after that, we're beginning to look at live stream is going to be a little longer than I like. Then I might have to do 30,000 seconds or something like that. I don't know how much that is, but that sounds like a lot. Maybe that's something that could be done. I don't know. But anyway, I'm thinking doing some kind of extended live stream. Something I thought about doing that I might want to do. Either I could do like 10 hours of Elite Dangerous. That's doable. And we could find something to do in 10 hours. But I think that I actually thought about doing for the 5,000, but I might actually do for the 10,000, is to do 10 hours, 10 games. So do a live stream over 10 hours, and in those 10 hours, I'm going to play 10 different games. Space games, that is. I think that could be pretty fun also to try and play something a little different. And I'll have to try and find a list for games that we could play, preferably not VR, because I don't want to hassle with changing from playing in monitor mode to playing in VR mode, doing a 10-hour live stream. So, but I think that could be something that could be fun to do. And of course, I'm looking into both doing giveaways, both for hopefully stuff that in Elite, like paint jobs or other cosmetic items you can normally buy in the store, maybe even game codes for games, and also looking at some actual hardware to give away. No spoilers yet, because nothing is completely confirmed. But I'll be sure to let you guys know that once I have something confirmed, I'll let you know that there's going to be hopefully some kind of hardware giveaway where I'm going to ship something to you if you're lucky enough to win. But yeah, that's all coming up. So again, if you have any good suggestions for 10,000, what I should do, and let me know what you think about that idea with 10 hours and play 10 different space games. Yeah, all that in the description. I'll put that in the comment section. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, give this video a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.